This game is called Ego. I believe it is a... What's the word for it? Spectacle fighter? Yeah, that's the right word. And I'm not very good at those, at least as far as I remember, but I can probably give it a shot. This was a really interesting demo just because its art style is super unique. And it seems to be running, so let's give it a shot. Audio seems to be coming through, which is a good sign. Video seems to be coming through, which is a good sign. If anyone is in chat and is watching and it starts to freeze or the audio cuts out, please let me know, because that's what happened last time. But otherwise, I'm going to keep an eye on things. And let's check out Ego. Ooh. This game has like a checkerboard dither that is absolutely going to get demolished by compression. But it's very pretty. Jump by charging. The more you charge, the more vertical you go. And L1 did something. Are there not sounds for... the gameplay? Oop. I think there are. They're just really quiet. After jumping, press R1 to perform a long dash. Okay. All right. You can jump as much as you want. Reset your momentum in the air by sticking yourself to walls. So I can just... Ooh. Jump by chart. Wait, this is where I started, wasn't it? Find the way out. So can I just go to any of these? I'm not sure what it wants me to do with the L1s. Oh god, stop. After jumping, press R1. Okay, so this feels like it's like a mirrored area. I guess the question is, what do I do? So it seems like those zones are the same. What about that zone? If I jump. Oh boy. I guess what happens when I fall? I'm curious about that too. It seems like the world's kind of repeat in on itself. Yeah, okay. So there are other buttons too that I have not learned yet. I might need to make the sound effects louder again. So jump, and then you hit it when the circle appears. Then you can wall ride too. Okay, I think I still need to push forward though. I think I ended up going backwards. Yeah, there we go. Oh god, no. It's a little slippery, this character. Fall faster by charging. Okay. Well, your depth of field is not making that the way out. Oh, I think that means I won. Okay. I'm getting it. All right, let me also make the sound effects even louder. One nitpick about this menu is that it's not traversable with the D-pad. It's only the analog stick, which is a bit of a bummer. It just makes it a bit awkward. Okay, so the goal is always to just find the way out. The audio is very quiet. I'm gonna guess the way out is this way. Yeah, is that it? Aha, okay, so I think I understand. The gist of the game is to just like use this strange movement tech to like just blitz to the ending, would be my guess. I do love the art style though. It's definitely got a cool vibe. It's a little bit noisy in gameplay. There's a lot of particle effects that I'm sure I could get used to. But right now when I don't know what any of the buttons do, it's a bit confusing. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing here? No, it was loading, I guess. Enemies to kill 140. Okay. So this is a wall of text. This could be taught better. Use R1 to dash. Dodge enemies' attacks. You can also pause your attacks and charges with this move. Okay. That bar. That's the amount of smoke that I have charged. Attack by charging a face button. If you don't charge enough, you'll deal no damage to enemies. Whoa. Okay, well, now, so now the 140 enemies makes more sense. Okay. So I think I did it. I'm not sure what I did. Use L1 to light this smoke and apply more damage. Oh, gotcha. So like smoke, gotcha. Smoke does damage. Or all your attacks. I'm getting absolutely wrecked by these guys. So when you do attacks, it like leaves smoke, and then you can then light the smoke to do more damage. This combat is a little awkward though. It's not quite. I've never fully understood. Whoa. Sorry. Like holding down buttons for doing attacks has always been a little awkward for me, but I can try to get used to it. Okay, I am getting juggled once again by these guys. Or at least I killed them. Landed right. They're juggling me. Yeah, these guys are going to be tough. I also noticed that the health bar said -60. I guess that's a stylistic choice. It's weird that also that the two motion states, like there's no run, I guess, but maybe that's the point. I think there's supposed to be something that I'm... feels like there's something that I'm missing. Because I'm sort of excelling at these grunts. Oh, health bar's glitching out. I'm excelling at these grunts, but I do not understand what I'm supposed to be doing with these punchy guys. I also don't understand how big the hitboxes are on things. Because I feel like I'm holding the buttons, but that's not enough. I do really like the smoke kind of ignition as a concept. All right, so there's gonna be more enemies here. Oh, I'm gonna die. It's so noisy that it's really hard to tell when I'm about to be attacked, so to know when to dodge, you know? And I wish there was some music. Find the way out. Okay, so I killed all the enemies. And now I am trying to find the way out. There's definitely like a rhythm to this that I don't understand yet. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's almost like a Gravity Rush vibe to this. A game I haven't played, but it's got a very unique kind of style to it. And sort of the, oh jeez, the like ever, the like repeating abstract worlds feel very Gravity Rush. And I am lost. I'm looking for something that's greenish. Oh, there it is. There it is. I wonder how close that was to where I was anyways. This is a quiet game. I really wish that there was a lot more. For how grandiose the combat feels, it feels like there's really not a lot of sound going on. Okay, I hit next and it, oh, there we go, it's loading. Well, okay, so at least it shows me the blue dots. They're really just scattered everywhere though. So maybe what I was missing was that there isn't, it felt like Oops. It felt like maybe doing, like pressing those buttons to do damage did damage, but it almost feels like they don't do anything, and that instead you're supposed to always just be relying on the smoke. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. The spectacle doesn't quite match how I am feeling with pressing the buttons. And that's scene in particular when any enemy even like attempts to challenge me, because I don't entirely know what to do at that point. Like I'm pressing the buttons, but I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it was saying that if I don't hold them down long enough, it doesn't do the damage. So it could just be that. Like that's the only, all I know how to do. Jeez, I'm getting totally rocked, but I can't even talk. What's happening? What am I getting hit by? Getting hit by these guys. Yeah, it's really noisy. It's hard to, and I love the noise of like a good spectacle shooter. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Not a spectacle shooter. I'm gonna die. But it's really hard to tell what I'm doing, and when I'm learning how to play still, I need to be able to see what I'm doing to even know what like my button presses are doing to action that. So it feels like that's throwing too many enemies at me too quickly, I guess. Like, oh geez. Who is this guy? I do love this art style though. But also because a lot of the movement feels like it requires charges. It's hard to even react. Like you're supposed to, I guess, preempt everything, but I don't know. I can't see enough to know when to preempt, I guess. If that makes sense. And this guy is glitched out. I guess another question would be whether or not that enemies to kill count is all of the enemies, or if there's some leeway. Because I'd be worried that these guys that are glitching out are like, I wouldn't be able to get to them, I guess. Or I'd miss them because I'd move on to something else. And I wouldn't be able to get to them. Like this guy, I don't even know how I'm going to get. Oh boy. And I'm getting like stun locked out. I don't know what to do right now. So, okay, I think I need to be holding down enough so that the bar turns green. And that would consider it an attack. But even then I think I still think, it hasn't told me this, but I still think I then need to line up the smoke so that I can ignite it and that's how I do damage. But it said smoke does more damage, so I'm a little lost, if you couldn't tell. It's also possible that I'm just really choosing the wrong buttons to press. And what does transcendence mean? I will say, improved soundscape would do this game wonders. Like, the visuals are obviously really stylized, but if the soundscape was able to match that, I think it would be able to get past some of these awkward combat controls. All right, let's give this one more try. I am tight on time because I'm doing this during my lunch break, so we'll give this one more try. But if I can't figure it out, then I'll move on to something else. Which is kind of sad because I was really actually looking forward to this. I love how it looks. I just think it needs more time in the oven, more play testing, you know. Because I don't know, like I feel like I can consistently nuke enemies like this, and then as soon as I have to fight one enemy, like that's when it all falls apart, and that feels like it should be backwards. Because it's got all the like visual juice for like when enemies are killed, like it silhouettes them and it layers them all really nicely. It's just that it often the buttons presses don't feel, or the all of the nice visual effects don't feel deserved because I'm not confident in what I'm doing. And a spectacle fighter is kind of all about the intention of making a spectacle, and right now it doesn't feel like that is happening. Is it just me, or has my camera zoomed in? Yeah, I wish there needs to be more sound effects maybe to hint me in on when I need to even dodge, because it really, like, all the enemies kind of blob up and it feels like I just am getting hit, and I don't think I'm able to see when I should be, or dodging just shouldn't exist if it's supposed to be so noisy that you're just not going to be able to. But it's a bummer. I really like the idea. You know, it's one of those games where I really love the idea and the style. Oh boy. But a lot of it just isn't quite making sense in practice. But I do really love the idea of like igniting the smoke that each move leaves behind. I think that's really cool. And I love the silhouetting that happens to these enemies when they get kind of comboed or hit. So am I just supposed to hold right trigger at this point? Oh, maybe that's how I'm supposed to play. Some of these enemy spots feel a little just like randomly placed. So is it supposed to be like a lot of igniting to get transcendence and then holding the transcendence button? Oh, I died. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's more. I know that there's more to this, but I need to move on, and it's a bummer. Um, I think what really works for this game. I guess I had 2 levels to go, maybe. I think what really works for this game is its visuals. But I think it's really underbaked in terms of the gameplay, or at the very least the tutorialization of just sort of walls of text was not able to teach me well enough to be able to play the game. But that isn't to say that this game doesn't have promise. I think the visuals alone kind of makes me interested enough to keep an eye on this game, and I hope that it sort of is able to update itself and get past some of those early player struggles, because I think the issue with a lot of development is that the developers end up playing their game for so long that they aren't able to see the game with fresh eyes, and so things that would otherwise be very apparent for a new player might not be for them. And so best of luck to them, honestly. I really wish that this succeeds, and because the visual style is beautiful, and I hope that they can bring the rest up to that sort of level of intrigue.